To this your girl, Miss Brooklyn TV, coming at you, doing a review on Catfish Season 6, Episode 4, Talizza and Shai. Let's just get right into it. Okay. Talizza is a young lady, 18 years old, just graduated from high school out of Chicago, Illinois. Talizza happened to be on Facebook. She gets a random message out the blue from this young lady named Shai from St. Louis, Missouri, I think. And, they start messaging on Facebook. And then they start talking and texting on the phone. And this has been going on for a year and a half. Talizza has opened up to Shai and shared things about her life and, her problems. But Shai has never said anything about herself, which is a red flag, because if I feel comfortable to open up to you and share things about myself, you can open up and share things about yourself. I digress. And plus, Shai would never want a video chat with Talizza, which is also another red flag. So Neve and Max go out to Chicago, and Talizza was there with her best friend from ninth grade, Anthony's, and Anthony's was saying that she thinks that Shai is catfish. So Talizza was explaining that she had a boyfriend for 4 years since ninth grade, and the boyfriend was cheating and they broke up, and she was going through that heartbreak, and she was sharing that with Shai, discussing that. So then Talizza shows Neve and Max the pictures of Shai, and Shai's a pretty girl now, and they say that Shai is a stripper. And then, Neve and Max leave, and they start doing their research, and they take the pictures that Talizza emailed them, and they do an image search. Nothing comes up. Then they do a search on the phone number that that she talks to Shai on, and it came up to a number in Kansas City, Kansas. Maybe it's a Google voicemail number. I don't know. Then they called the strip club. Called Temptations. There's nobody there named Shai. So they bring all this information back to Talizza. And she's like, well, who am I really talking to? So then Neve calls Shai. And Shai didn't answer. But then Shai calls Talizza. And she's like, well, why do you have these people calling my phone? And she's like, well, I want to meet you. I want to see you. And then Shai is like, well, I'm nervous. And she's like, well, we've been talking a year and a half. Let's finally meet up. And then Shai is like, okay, let's meet up tomorrow. So then the next morning, Neve and Max pick up Talizza, and they're in the car, and Talizza's nervous. She's never traveled on a plane before. She's never left Chicago. So then Max gets a text, and Max says, well, we're on our way to the airport. And then Shai is like, really? She's like, I didn't think you guys were really coming. I guess she thought that they were bullcrapping. And she's like, I gotta tell you guys, I don't live in St. Louis, Missouri. They're like, okay, where do you live? She's like, I live in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, this girl is in Brooklyn, New York. She was lying to Talizza for the whole year and a half. So then they're like, well, how are we so sure that you really live in Brooklyn, New York? Give us a neighborhood in Brooklyn. And then she says, like, Canarsie, just like make it up like just like giving a neighborhood like she's bull crapping. And they're like, okay, we're going to Brooklyn, New York. You better be there. She's like, I'll be there. So then they get to Brooklyn, New York, and it's not the girl in the picture, obviously. It's this girl named Makita. Now, Makita is not ugly. She was pretty. She had a nice straight nose. She was thick. She could have used her own picture. It didn't make no sense to pretend to be somebody she wasn't, because she's not an ugly girl. So then she explains that she made the Facebook page to see if her boyfriend was cheating. And then Talizza was like, but this don't make no sense. And then she asks Makita, did you have feelings for me? And Makita's like, no. So then the next day, Makita came to where they were at the hotel. And Makita shared that she's homeless. That her mom, brother, and sister are in a one-room shelter apartment in Brooklyn, New York. Okay? Makita has her own issues, home problems going on. And then Talizza was like, well, damn, I feel bad. You're helping me with my problems, and you got, your own problems. You got bigger problems, than me. So then Makita admitted that, she does have feelings for girls. And, that was like pretty much it. And then they did like a update 6 months later, and Makita was in Chicago. But my question is, how did Makita pay for the plane ticket? Maybe MTV paid to fly her out to Chicago. I don't know. And they're friends, nothing romantic. They're friends. And Makita said that she's gonna start school in the fall of 2017, and that they're gonna be moving into their own apartment somewhere in Brooklyn. So the ending, it was a happy ending. The two girls are friends, but it was just crazy to see that Makita could have just been herself. She could have just posted her real picture and been herself, and they could have been friends all along. Instead of putting a fake picture up and bullcrap, and they could have just been like, I guess maybe well, it wouldn't be pen pals, but they could have still been friends, talking and texting, even though she's in Brooklyn and Talizza's in Chicago. But anyhow, this was how catfish is supposed to be. Makita turned out to be Shai turned out to be somebody who, wasn't in the picture. Well, Makita. And I'm like, how catfish is going back to how it was supposed to be. It's fun to see that the people are not who they say they are. And as I said, Makita was a pretty girl, so she didn't need to do all that bullcrap. And I'm wearing my New York sweatshirt, if anybody's wondering. And that's pretty much it, guys. Catfish was really catfish last night. I was here for it. And and we did think it was Anthony's was the catfish, because they said that Shai was friends with Anthony's. So I did kind of think it was the friend was catfishing her, but it wasn't. It was really this girl Makita in Brooklyn. But that's it, guys. Tell me what you think about this episode of Catfish, and I will see you guys in another video.